full grain with the leather seats. I got the window so dark you need a flashlight to see me.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ethington Motorsports. Crew Chief Raquel here with the talent Matt, and we just thought we would take a moment to just give you guys a little update about all the shenanigans that has been going on behind the scenes this winter.
So, the last video you all seen was on the scooters that we got. We have been riding them when we can. The weather's been crappy here in Kentucky.
We've had Snowmageddon in February and January, and now we have had like monsoon season swamp in March and April.
We need a boat. Anybody want to donate a boat?
We might start doing speedboat racing at this point because the weather has been crazy.
Crappy.
Yeah.
So, kids have been riding the scooters. We've been riding the scooters. Love them. They're fantastic. They're going to be perfect for this racing season.
Still 10 out of 10 recommend. We were lucky enough to convince my grandpa to let us fix up his trailer for him. So that's really been the bulk of what we've been working on whenever we can, again, between all the weather. All right, so for the trailer, he's actually been doing most of the work on that because I've been working a lot this winter because we have more hours. So he will fill you in on what's been going on.
So we got started on the trailer. We stripped the boards off of it. Went in, took all the bad stuff. We replaced the hitch on it. We took all the old lights, the wirings, all that stuff off of it. Went ahead and painted the trailer black. I'll throw some pictures in there. Did the lights, the wiring on it. All we got left on it to do is the boards, the tires. I'll check the bearings while I'm in there and put a jack on it. It needs a new jack. Huh?
The ramps!
Oh, and the ramps.
Lord of mercy. Also, while he was tearing down everything, he happened to find a brake system that we didn't know existed. So hopefully at some point we will consider putting those back on. The trailer is just fine without them at this point. So just further down the road, we do plan to do the brakes that we didn't know existed. Usually we try to upgrade as much as we can on the car. We are a blue collar budget build type of family. So the Widow hasn't really gotten many upgrades as we would have liked to this winter. His birthday was back in February, so I actually did buy him a new racing steering wheel. We'll show you guys that here in just a moment. And about a year, either last year or the year before, he literally blew the fender off the driver's side door, making a pass down the track. Luckily, we have a very super secret parts guy that we deal with in West Terre Haute, Indiana, who oddly enough posted a fender about 2 days after the accident happened. It was a price we couldn't pass up. And up until last week, it had actually been hanging lovingly on the side of our garage wall. We actually used it as a prototype for a color. We tested it for when we did Logan's truck back earlier last year. It used to be black, and then he painted it midnight blue. But it ended up looking wildcat blue in the sun, so it was a no-go. But he has since sanded it down. It's been primered and it is lovingly put back on the car. So she looks a little funky right now with a light gray fender, but we are going to get to painting it back to the normal color of the car. And as we mentioned, there's the old fender, now lovingly hanging on the wall where the new one was. Just wanted to show his hard work and effort here. She's gonna look a little funky, but it's well worth it. We got a good day, and he spent probably a good, what would you say, a couple hours?
Couple hours, yeah.
Out here in the garage. Got the body lines all lined up. It's better than what the old fender was on the bike, if you ask me.
Yes, it does line up a whole lot better.
And as you guys know, we painted this car in this garage with rattle can, as we mentioned before. That was about, what, 6 years ago?
Yes.
That we painted it. And unfortunately, Lowe's across the street, as you mentioned, they stopped selling it. It took me a while to track it down, but we did get 3 cans of the Merlot, the Rust-Oleum High Gloss from Rural King in Winchester. And it's definitely going to be enough to get the fender done. And at some point, we do want to get a new hood, and hopefully, once we get the new hood on, it'll be enough to do this one as well. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Should be, yeah. Just like he said before, waiting on me to order some 2K clear off of Amazon, which will hopefully be coming up within the next month. All right, he's gone in to check on another battery for our GoPro. So like any typical car guy, he is super antsy and he can't ever sit still when it comes to projects for the widow. So he had taken it upon himself and decided to do a rear seat delete kit.
Trying to put this fat girl on.
You ain't talking about me, are you?
Not you.
Okay.
The car. Trying to put her on a diet. Trying to lose all the weight we can. So we did the rear seat delete. Nobody sits back there anyways. No kids could sit it back there, fit back there, none of that stuff. So I looked all over the internet for a rear seat delete kit. They make them for the Mustangs. They make them for the new Camaros. They do not make them for the F-bodies. So I had to resort to doing it ourselves.
And unfortunately, we didn't get to film any content on that because I was at work and he was just out here piddling around, and the GoPro did not get set up. But essentially, he had taken out, he had taken out the 2 bucket seats that were in the back, and we already had carpet back there ripped out completely, but he found some pretty inexpensive carpet at O'Reilly's. And he custom fit and cut
The hump back there.
The hump back there. Thank you.
There, going into the trunk.
And so we spent a good afternoon out here, and it was raining. It was pretty nasty outside, but he spent a good afternoon back here putting the carpet down, measuring and everything. And then I helped him get the glue in place because he makes the skinny person get into the tight back seat spaces.
I'm too fat to do all that. Can't do it.
If he would have taken the T-tops out, he would have had a lot more room to move around in there. But I got back in there and I glued it and everything. Within the next week, we're gonna go over to Lowe's, get a couple pieces of very lightweight, it's not really plywood, but what would you call it?
It's almost like I don't know. It's really light. It's like an OBS board, I guess you could call it, something like that.
Yeah, no one sits back there anyway, so we're just gonna carpet that, and he's gonna
put it for the bottoms.
Put it for the bottoms so that our mascot Harvin has a very nice place to sit.
And we went with the cheap carpet from O'Reilly's. And the only reason we went that route is because this winter we're planning on putting a cage in this car. So all that carpet that's in there is coming out.
Yeah.
So, and then after the cage goes in, we are wanting to go ahead and get the carpet that's made for the car. That's the form and everything. So while we have everything out, once we get everything welded in and done, we can put the carpet back in it, put some new Kirky seats in this car, and it'll be probably nicer than what it is now.
Yeah, and we have a great hidden gem that I actually found by accident a couple years ago. It's in Richmond, Kentucky, called Camaro Central. Not sure if I've mentioned it before, but we can literally order anything for her that we want that is, you know, stock to this specific car. We've already priced it. I got a friend of mine from high school that works there. Hey, John Mark, if you see this. And so yeah, just got a few upgrades that we were already planning for next year in the works, kind of behind the scenes a little bit. Like we mentioned, his birthday was back in February, and I did get him a small upgrade for the Camaro. The widow got a new steering wheel, and we'll go ahead and flip around and show you that. You want to talk about it a little bit, Ricky Bobby?
Yes, it is a steering wheel from Motion Raceworks, and it's great. It's better than the factory one that was in the car.
What was the other one doing?
It was flexing on me every time I'd leave the line. It would flex on my hand. You can see it in the videos. If y'all go back and watch some of the videos of the in-car footage, you can see it actually move with me when I take off.
And it's actually another good thing that I got him that steering wheel because we had to take it back to our tuner to use his steering wheel puller. And while they were working on it or whatever, while he was driving it or something, found out that the idle air control module was actually bad and it was causing it to
surge.
Yeah, to surge. That's the word. Thank you.
Do the idle surging up and down.
Yeah, so
we went ahead and changed it. I ordered one $86 part and changed it, fixed it. He hooked his computer, redid the idling stuff on it, and it's good now.
All right, now we're going to move on to races. You probably are getting tired of us talking about what upgrades the Widow has or has not had, but Lord willing and the creeks stop rising, we're going to have our first race this weekend, April 12th. We'll be headed to Kentucky Dragway in Clay City, Kentucky, and I'll let Ricky Bobby say a little more about that.
This weekend we are going to Clay City, as she said. They're running for, it's called the King Hammer. They're running the regular bracket race and stuff there, but they're running King Hammer. They run for a 6-foot trophy. So for the first time out this year, I just want to go down, give the car a little shakedown, make sure everything's still good. While it was down this winter, we changed plugs and did an oil change and just checked everything out on the car, did some normal maintenance stuff on it. So that's what we're going to be getting into this weekend. And then we got a few more big races coming up that I'll let her tell you about.
As you guys know, I come from a drag racing family in Cincinnati called Blankenship Motorsports, and we always race at Edgewater in Cleves, Ohio. So we're definitely planning a few races there. We don't really know the exact dates or weekends just due to children's birthdays, work schedules, of course, money and things like that. But as soon as we have the dates for those, we'll let you know. My family also likes to go to Killcare. I've never been there, and
I've never been there
he hasn't either. But my family sings its praises, especially my aunt. She really loves the price to get into Killcare, so we're definitely considering making that journey as well. And of course, once we have the dates and times, etc., we'll definitely once we have the dates and times, we'll definitely let you guys know here and on Instagram and on our TikTok as well. And last but certainly not least, we are headed back to LS Fest.
Excited.
The Widow is making her second journey back to Western Kentucky, where she will strive to beat her last placement of 8th out of 64 cars. I've got a feeling she might make top 3.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We've got as always, we've got a few things in the works that we can't speak of just yet. But I'm pretty confident that she'll place higher than she did before. Well, I think that's all that we have on today's video. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that we brought them all up to date.
Okay.
Sorry we haven't been putting out no videos here lately.
Yeah, between my working so much and him forgetting to set up the tripod.
And the weather being crappy and not being able to race and not being able to do things,
All right, guys, this was just a little update from our family to yours. And as always, we appreciate all of the views, the likes, the comments, the subscribers. And if you know someone in the car community who might enjoy this content too, please feel free to give it a share. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Sure. Even if they're not in the car community or even if they're not into cars, try to get them into cars.
Yeah.
Share it with them.
But that is all from us on this rainy, cold Sunday night. And we'll catch you on the return road.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.